agenda, they were trying to suspend him without pay. Is that basically what was on the agenda today?
Well, yes, that's the customary next order of progression. We typically suspend without pay. However, the commission has the option to allow him to use any leave that he has existing, and that would give him an option to continue to get paid.
We're not rolling yet, but did you get to see our story about the training documents?
I'm not sure.
About how Marie had said that he shouldn't even be a state trooper due to his lying in the academy. I think Robert had first requested it, and then some sources had also leaked us the documents. And I mean, if they knew in 2015 that he wouldn't have been a good trooper, this is now an example of what we're seeing. You know?
Well, it's also a recommendation based upon their experience and training.
Sure. Yep. Okay, Colonel, thank you so much for coming to talk to us today. It certainly has been a tough week for your agency. The arrests of, multiple troopers, at least 4 troopers in the troop F area. We saw 1 today. Kind of give us a rundown as to what happened in there in terms of the leave that he'll be on now.
Well, obviously I can't speak to any ongoing investigation. However, we've taken and received evidence, and based upon that evidence, we've obviously taken steps to make those arrests based upon that evidence.
Okay. Do you want him to leave his mask off? Do you mind taking your mask off? I'm sorry. It just might be a little too muffled in front of that microphone.
He's still present.
Okay. Do you need him to repeat that first statement?
It will be a little clearer.
Okay. Can you just repeat what you had just said? I know you can't talk about ongoing investigations.
Yeah, obviously we can't discuss any ongoing investigations. However, we received some information, received a complaint, and based upon that, conducted an investigation which led to the arrest of those troopers.
Was it a tough decision that had to be made?
Very tough. In this position, you do not set out to investigate any of your personnel, nor make any arrest of your personnel. So that is extremely tough. And it's one of the toughest things I've ever had to do.
To see Jacob Brown today, it was kind of shocking. He was arrested this week, and then he just kind of had this just glazed over look. While his attorney is talking about being upset about the leaks that are coming out. Had it not been for the leaks, these positive changes that you're making possibly may not have happened in terms of, the Ronald Green incident, in terms of his situation that has now been exposed, that happened well before you ever became colonel.
I really can't speak to that because I have no knowledge of any specific leaks or anything of that nature. So really nothing to speak on that.
What is your hope for the public and that you want the public to know about your agency and how it's a new day at State Police?
Well, not necessarily for me. We have some great men and women at the Louisiana State Police, and I want the public to feel assured and know that they're out there doing their jobs, they're keeping the public safe, but they're also doing everything possible to save lives. We have great men and women at the Louisiana State Police, and I'm proud of them. I want the public to be proud of them. So, in this day and the days to come, we're going to continue to hold ourselves accountable, but we have some great people. Embrace those great people, work with them, and know that they're there for you.
Obviously, Mr. Brown, has had issues. He's had 3 arrests now, but those training documents that we had just talked about said that he probably should have never been a trooper. Is it concerning that somebody like him managed to pass, and now we're seeing some of these issues possibly come to light? Obviously, it's alleged at this point. He hasn't been convicted.
Yeah, I can't speak to that. I do not have all of the information, so I have to not be able to speak to that right now.
Okay, I understand. Is there anything else you want to add, Colonel?
No, just really, State Police is an awesome, great organization. We have great people, and we're out there doing the right thing. So just know that. And if they're not, then we're going to hold them accountable.
Okay. Do you have faith in the recommendations that are made by the Training Academy?
Well, again, I do not have all of the information now, so I trust my men and women of our agency, but because I don't have all of the information, I can't really comment on that.
And I have one last question too, I'm sorry. In terms of Caleb Reeves, we did a story on him last night, and prior to him even coming to State Police, he got into 3 wrecks in Jackson Parish. The Jackson Parish Sheriff said when he was hired, obviously lawmakers had to change the laws and all because Superintendent Reeves was appointed as his son was there. but state police never even got that information about the wrecks he was involved in Jackson Parish. So he's now been in 6 wrecks, 4 at fault, you now have 2 people dead, and he's back in a unit again. Is that concerning?
Again, I can't speak to that because that's the sheriff's comments, but however, I do not have that information to say whether that occurred or did not occur.
Okay. Thank you, Colonel. Anything else you want to add? Really appreciate your time. Thank you.
Stand by. Just a second, Colonel.
We're just going to get a couple of shots.